Alright, this is that Sonora rod that I bought off of AliExpress. It's a little BFS rod, 4'7" two-piece. It's an extra ultralight. The color looks pretty sweet. I mean, outside of it looks a little bit better, but you can see that KTF purple matches that purple like exactly. And then some of the accents too complement the Aldebaran pretty well. And the color looks sweet too. It's like a, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a chameleon, like greenish, purplish, bluish. But I'm gonna get it out in the water. I'm gonna see some of the lower end lures that it could handle and see if it's a feasible BFS rod. All right, this is a Rapala ultralight crank, size 3. These cast pretty well. I just want to get a feel of the taper of the rod first, how it loads up. But it seems like this is gonna be the rod's upper limit for sure. I mean, it's already bouncing around pretty well. But the rod's not meant for lures this heavy, so we'll just test her out. Oh, that loads up kind of weird, especially after I just got done shooting that Conquest video. Yeah, I wouldn't use this for cranks this big, which I didn't buy it for that either. I bought it to cast lighter stuff like in streams and for trout fishing. So this is outside of this rod's intended use, but just see how it works. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to that that taper and how the rod launches it out there. I'm not casting it where I want to cast it. The rod feels fun to cast though. So light. Yeah, it responds well to that for sure, like little roll casts. For keeping those low trajectories, and that's why I got it. I will be using I think like the ultralight shad, like the shallow running ones, the ultralight minnows, my bad. I'll be using those in the streams. I'll put single hooks on there. Those would be fun for trout, and I think they would do pretty good. They weigh a little bit less than this, but never mind. Yeah, it handles that really well, a little bit better than I can handle it right now. With those little roll casts are nice. Keeps your lure close to the water, out of the brush. And a lot of times, especially up where I live, there's a lot of brush and the streams aren't that big, so you're gonna be casting in some compromising situations. So it's nice that you could just get that rod loaded up with just a flick of the wrist. Yeah, it responds very well, at least with this lure, to roll casts or little flick casts. All right, this is a small little Clio. I'll be throwing this on here. Again, this treble hook will be a single hook. The wind's blowing in my face too, so this is going to be interesting how this casts. I mean, as expected, the reel handles it well. The rod does too. I don't feel any different. This is just like, say with that Conquest I just shot, this is like if I threw like a ½ ounce jig. That's what it feels like on here. This just loads up so well. Yeah, it kind of knuckleballs a little bit. That's no fault of the rod. It's just how the wind is, and it's such a light spoon. But yeah, that's no problem. I mean, there's a little bit of backlash there. But, I mean, the rod loads it up very well. Let me turn the brakes up just a little bit, just so I can get those. Yeah, that's right there. That's money. Especially if I don't have that wind on me, it'd be nice. But it responds well to the short cast, it seems like. Just a little flick of the wrist gets it going. And that's all I'm gonna be doing. I'm not bombing out casts with this rod. If I'm in open water, I'm gonna use that Mirage with this reel. Alright, this is a little tiny X-Wrap. On the package it says 1/16. I don't remember what the exact weight of it is, but it doesn't cast that well. This would be a nice lure for trout too. Yeah, this is more in this rod's wheelhouse. I'll cast great with this rod. Although I don't think I really use this lure much after getting that KTF spool. But yeah, this lure just launches with this little rod. The wind catches it, but yeah, this is no problem. I'm using this for trout. A little flick cast kind of low, like that. That's all I'm going to be looking for. Yeah, the spool responds pretty good to those quick, snappy casts. That's the one thing I was worried about, is that the brakes might not be able to keep up. But as I say that, I just smacked the water. And that wasn't a bad backlash, but that happens sometimes. You get caught up on a piece of brush or something when you're fishing on the streams. Yeah, it's not bad at all. I can definitely feel that my hands don't want to work right now, because the wind's whipping pretty good. And when you're casting light stuff, you need all the dexterity that you can get. Yeah, even those backhanded casts into the wind, it's handling it just fine, the rod. Alright, so this is a Northland Mimic Fry. It's actually an ice fishing lure. Let me test this bad boy out. It casts okay on the Mirage. Let me see if it casts better with this rod. The wind definitely catches this lure. But I think with let me turn my brakes down a little bit. It casts okay into the wind. The rod definitely casts. Let me try casting a little sidearm cast through here, a little foot cast. Yeah, it casts. That casts right where I want it to for the most part. I feel that my guides are icing up a little bit. But, if I was fishing in a little stream, a little bit of practice, I think I could definitely get it down, put it right where I want it to. Yep. There's no fluff up on my spool either, which is nice. Yeah, I'm just trying to walk it in closer and closer. Let's see if I can get right next to it. Not too much. That's gonna take a little time, but the rod can definitely handle it. And I have no dexterity in my thumb right now, so I can't just feather that in. It's either stop or go. But it casts that pretty nice. Yeah, what's really fun about the rod is that I'm tall enough. I get those short little flick casts that are low to the water, so it's not going to make a big splash when I flick these lures out there versus an overhead cast. And if I got, say, brush all right here and I'm kind of poked out through here, I could just launch that out there right there along the side of the brush. Boom, get hit. All right, so this is that Sonora 4'7" 2-piece extra ultralight. It's a very capable caster. It's not sloppy on the cast or anything like that. I am going to cut this video short because my hands are freezing and no value is going to come of me just losing my fingers. So be sure to subscribe, comment, all that kind of good stuff. I will be using this rod quite a bit in the springtime for trout. So make sure you guys are looking for those videos. Thanks.